From stories across the globe to stories here at home, this is the National News Broadcast. A very good evening to you. I'm Sharifa Tahir.
A very good evening indeed. I'm Charita Minapurharache. And let's move on to the headlines for tonight's news.
6 people died after a passenger ferry capsized in a lagoon in Kenya. 20 people hospitalized. New constitutional draft will table in Parliament before the end of this year, Prime Minister says. Special operation to mitigate spread of corona outbreak in Western Province from today. Registrar of Pesticides removed from the post. The gazette issued by him has been revoked. Golden Gate Kalyani will be vested with the public tomorrow. German government insists its public to consider the vaccination against COVID-19 outbreak.
Well, we move on to those and other stories in detail now. 6 persons have died after a ferry capsized in the Kurinyankani area in Kenya. Another 20 persons have been hospitalized, out of which 4 persons are in critical condition. The ferry, which had been transporting people across the lagoon near Kurinyankani Bridge this morning, had capsized around 7:30 a.m. Reports have indicated that a group of 30 people, including students and teachers, were being transported on the capsized ferry. Following the incident, a prompt operation was conducted together by Sri Lanka Navy, the police and the residents. The victims of the accident were admitted to Kenya General Hospital. 6 children at the age of 3.5, 6 and 8 years had succumbed from the incident. Also, a 70-year-old male and another 30-year-old female had died in the incident. The female had been identified as the mother of 2 deceased children. 20 persons are currently receiving treatments at the Kenya hospital, and the condition of 4 persons is critical. A new bridge in place of the old bridge is currently under construction, and as a temporary solution, a ferry using barrels and timber has been facilitated for transportation purposes. The police alleged that the accident had occurred after the cables connecting the ferry had broken loose, causing the capsize. Meanwhile, a protest was organized by a group of residents in Kenya town based on this incident. Subsequently, they continued the protest in front of Kenya Divisional Secretariat Division and the hospital. The protesters had also attacked Muslim Congress Trincomalee District Parliamentarian M.S. Taufik's residence. Eastern Province Governor Anuradha Yahampa had directed the Commissioner of Local Government in Eastern Province to conduct a probe into this incident. She has instructed an inquiry into the incident and inform her of the officials who had granted permission to operate and maintain the ferry across the lagoon. Accordingly, a special committee led by the Secretary to the Provincial Ministry of Highways has been appointed to probe in this regard. Meanwhile, instructions have been directed to DIG in charge of Trincomalee District to conduct a special police investigation into the incident. The Governor, issuing a statement, has conveyed her condolences to the family members of the victims.
And meanwhile, Minister Johnston Fernando, while addressing the Parliament today, said that steps will be taken to conduct a fair inquiry over the Kenya incident and the relevant offenders will be penalized accordingly. Minister Johnston Fernando said that Samaki Janabalavege holds the power in one of the urban councils, while the other urban council is in the power of Muslim Congress. Therefore, he said that they should be responsible for the ferry service. He said that this service has been provided through the local government institution. He added that as he was briefed, none of the students were wearing a life jacket. Therefore, the minister said that he has already informed the IGP to take relevant legal actions in this regard. He further said that operations of the ferry service have already fled the scene. He insisted that the incident should not be politicized and criticized the government. He said that the previous government had failed to build the relevant bridge since 2015. The minister also said that parliamentarian Imran had expressed his gratitude towards the government for taking initiative to build the bridge for the benefit of more than 100,000 residents. He said that Minister Basil Rajapaksa, under the leadership of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, has carried out massive services towards the public. He said that many bridges were erected. He conveyed his deepest condolences to the family of the victims. The minister said that he had already discussed with the governor of the province and informed her to conduct an inquiry over the legitimacy in this regard and penalize the offenders accordingly.
Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, while speaking in the Parliament today, said that the draft of the new constitution will be presented to the Parliament before the end of this year, and the Prime Minister made these remarks while responding to the Chief Opposition Whip Lakshman Kiryala during the third reading of the Budget 2022. Today's debate was held on the expenditure heads related to Presidential Secretariat, Prime Ministerial Secretariat and 25 independent commissions. Parliamentarian Lakshman Kiryala questioned the independency of the commissions, including the Commission to Investigate Bribery or Corruption, Finance Commission, Human Rights Commission of Sri Lanka, Election Commission, National Audit Office. He pointed out the importance in safeguarding the independence of judiciary. He said that the 19th Amendment was brought in to protect the independence of these agencies. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa said that the statement made by the parliamentarian Kiryala is baseless. He said that the priority was given to safeguard the people of the country from COVID-19 outbreak. He said that the government has taken every necessary measure to protect the public. The Premier said that the government is currently in the process of rebuilding the country's collapsed economy before COVID-19 outbreak. Accordingly, he added that the Finance Minister presented a budget for next year with short-term and long-term plans. He said that in 2019, the government had to take over a collapsed economy. However, he said that the government is willing to consider the suggestions, opinions and proposals presented by the opposition in this regard. Parliamentarian Lakshman Kiryala said that they have learnt that the government is in the process of drafting a new constitution. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa said that the government is in the process of drafting a new constitution, added that the draft bill will be debated after presenting it to the parliament. He insisted that no activity in this regard has been carried out confidentially.
Deputy Director General of Health Services Dr. Hemant Heras has warned the public to act responsibly in the upcoming festival season to avert the risk of possible lockdown in the country, and meanwhile the police have initiated a special operation in the Western Province today to limit the spread of COVID-19 outbreak during the upcoming festive season. This operation will remain in effect until the end of this season. Accordingly, a public awareness program has been initiated to promote the measures which can be taken to mitigate the COVID-19 outbreak using mobile patrols and leaflets. This special operation was initiated in several areas in Western Province. The police have said that several legal action will be taken against those who fail to wear face masks appropriately.
අපි සියලු දෙනා වගකීමෙන් කටයුතු කළොත් විතරයි ඒ තත්ත්වය වළක්වා ගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා විශේෂයෙන්ම අපේ ජනතාවගේ හැසිරීම් රටාව අනුව තමයි ඉදිරියේදී ලොක්ඩවුන් එකක් වෙනවද නැද්ද කියන එක තීරණය කරන්න සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ.
36 have been tested positive out of 46 girls with COVID-19 symptoms at a rehabilitation center operated by the Kuliapitiya court. A total of 542 have been identified as COVID-19 infected persons in the country today. The number of active cases in the country is at 16,952. A total of 418 recoveries in the country were reported today, increasing the overall tally to 527,528. The Director General of Health Services confirmed 24 COVID-19 related deaths which had occurred yesterday. A total of 29,956,284 vaccine doses have been inoculated to the people thus far under the COVID-19 immunization program. Accordingly, 15,914,780 have received the first dose of a vaccine, while 13,716,871 have received both the doses of the vaccine. 324,633 have received the booster dose so far. Another consignment of 459,995 vaccine doses arrived to the Bandaranaike International Airport in Katunayake from Doha, Qatar this morning. The relevant consignment was taken to the storage facility under the State Pharmaceutical Corporation, which will be provided at the booster vaccine in the coming days. The program to provide booster doses for those who are above the age of 60 and those who are above the age of 20 with less immunity under the COVID immunization program was initiated in several districts in including Colombo, today.
In the meantime, Deputy Director General of Health Services Dr. Hemantha Herath says that the public should strictly follow the COVID-19 health protective guidelines, considering the past lessons to avert another outbreak in the country. While speaking at a media briefing held today, the Deputy Director General also said that the health guidelines should be strictly adhered when organizing events.
About the possibility of total lockdown during the latter part of the year, especially during the festive season, during the latter part of this year and the early year. Again, everything depends on the behavior of the person and people of the country, as well as the current disease levels that might be prevailing in that time. So the decision will be taken only by the government, and if such decision is taken, it is not surprising, basically because we have learned a lot, many lessons in the previous year during this same time, as well as during the New Year time in April, where the large number of people gathered unnecessarily and unwanted manner, after which that resulted in a high number of cases during both occasions. So therefore, if such decision is taken, it is not surprising, but we do not want to go into that situation. What we need is, we have to do our shopping or whatever the things as early as possible nowadays, and don't go into a situation where everyone is congested and gathered in shopping malls, complexes in large numbers during the latter part of the year. And also whenever there is we know that certain events are being organized, and always try to adhere to the limits imposed on these for these events, as well as get the guidance and the supervision of the local health authorities to arrange those events. And however, I would again encourage and request everyone concerned to refrain from organizing such events as much as possible, because of the crucialness of this situation at this moment, where even a slightest mistake can lead to a serious situation in the coming months. So therefore, everyone who are interested in organizing such events, also those who are interested in participating in such events, need to take this very seriously and think twice before going ahead.
Moving to the world COVID-19 update, Germany today reported a record 7-day incidence of coronavirus infections as the country battles a fourth wave of the pandemic. German health minister has issued his strikers warning yet on the importance of getting vaccinated. Germany is in the grip of a fourth wave of coronavirus. Cases are rising rapidly and many hospitals are full. It has one of the lowest vaccination rates in Western Europe, with 68% of people fully vaccinated. Germany's infection rate is at its highest since the pandemic began, and health experts have warned this wave could be the worst yet. In the past 24 hours, there have been 30,643 new infections. This is among the highest rates in the world. Triggered restrictions are to be brought in, which will see the unvaccinated excluded from certain venues, and some of Germany's famed Christmas markets have been cancelled. German's health minister Spahn said that he's against making COVID vaccines compulsory, but it was a moral obligation to receive a jab considering the impacts on the other people. He said that it is the duty of the society to be vaccinated. Reflecting on the freedom of the society, the minister said that highly contagious Delta variant is driving the latest wave. The country expects the European Union to approve vaccines for children aged 5 to 11 by the end of this week. Since the start of this pandemic, more than 99,000 people in Germany have died and more than 5.4 million have been infected with COVID-19. News back from home. Minister Mahindananda Alutgamage says that the Gazette notification issued on November 1st by the Registrar of the Pesticides will be revoked. The minister has said that the Registrar of Pesticides have been removed from his post with immediate effect. The Agriculture Minister said that ban of pesticides will remain in effect. 5 pesticides, including glyphosate, were banned 7 years back. However, Registrar of Pesticides lifted the ban imposed on the agrochemicals in a gazette on November 1st. The Minister has said that a disciplinary inquiry will be conducted against the suspended Registrar. Minister Mahindananda Alutgamage said that the issuance of such gazette is illegal, therefore the relevant individual was removed from his post with immediate effect. He also said that instructions have been convened to resign the gazette and to reimpose the gazette on glyphosate ban. He said that a disciplinary inquiry against the individual is underway over an alleged attempt to made import pesticides or the need of a company related to chemical agro products on a previous occasion. He said that one of the biggest challenges posed by taking a decision in this regard is the affiliations of the state officials with the relevant companies and importers of agrochemicals.
The Met Department indicated that the low pressure area formed over southwestern Bay of Bengal expected to prevail in the next 24 hours. Therefore, the prevailing rainy condition is expected to increase in the next couple of days. The prevailing low-level atmosphere disturbance expected to cause showers or thunder showers in northern, north-central, eastern, over and northwestern provinces and in Matare district. Fairly heavy showers above 100 mm can be expected in eastern, north-central and over provinces and Mullaitiya, Vavuniya and Matare districts. Showers or thunder showers will occur in several places elsewhere at times.
Sri Lanka's first high-tech cable-stayed new Canary Bridge will be vested with the public tomorrow evening. The new state-of-the-art bridge have been named Golden Gate Kalyani. The vehicular traffic viewers towards the city rapidly increases following the opening of the Colombo-Katunayake Expressway. A massive traffic prevailed all day long in all entry points in the city in Paliyagoda, Orugodavatta and Igurukade Junction due to the high volume of vehicles arriving from Puttalam to Kandy highways. Considering the inadequacy of the existing Kalani Bridge to accommodate the higher volume of vehicles, preliminary plans were made in 2012 to build a new road system consist of a bridge. Following a feasibility study in 2013, an agreement was reached in 2014 for the construction of this project. The construction of the new 6-lane bridge connecting to the Colombo-Katunayake Expressway was commenced subsequently. The relevant constructions were conducted with the financial and technological assistance from Japan International Cooperation Agency. The road system with the bridge consists of two main sections. The extra dose bridge section over the river constructed at a cost of 9,896 million rupees and the steel box bridge viaduct section over the existing roadway which was built at a cost of 31,539 million rupees. The bridge extends southwards from Colombo-Katunayake Expressway and divides towards Port Access Road ending at Igurukade intersection and Baseline Road ending at Orugodavatta intersection. The road network is considered as a system which connects three expressways. The proposed expressway from Orugodavatta to Athurugiri via Rajagiri will also be connected to the road network. Also, the construction of the proposed expressway laid on pillars towards Golf Phase via Port Access Road has already been commenced. This will be the country's 9th expressway. As the project was implemented in a popular setting with a number of constructions, the Atomic Energy Authority was shifted to a new building and a section of the Automobile Engineering Training Institute was acquired for the project and modernized. The steps were taken to relocate 320 families residing near the Kalani River and constantly affected from floods annually to a housing complex with many facilities. Further steps have also been taken to beautify the Kalani's roundabout area which locates below the new road system. Measures have been taken to illuminate the new Kalani Bridge with a colorful lighting system at night, providing a night attractive outlook at the entrance of the capital city. Accordingly, the new road system will provide many economic benefits of the country, including the limiting of vehicular traffic, increasing the transportation speed, reducing maintenance cost and saving a large amount of human hours.
South Indian Islamic spiritual leader Sheikh Dr. Taiga Ahmed Nasir Alim called on Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa at the temple trees this morning. He is a son of former India's Islamic spiritual leader late Sheikh Dr. Taiga Sahib Alim. During the meeting, Dr. Taiga Ahmed Nasir Alim directed the Prime Minister's attention on the activities which can fulfill the development of religious coexistence. He will also meet with the country's Mahasangha as well as Islamic religious leaders in the future. Venerable Dr. Agrahara Khasapatera and the delegation of Dr. Nasir Alim were also present at the occasion.
State Radio Awards 2021 was held at the BMICH yesterday with the participation of State Minister Vidura Vikramanayake. The objective of this award ceremony was to felicitate journalist and artist who has contributed immensely for the field of broadcasting in 3 languages. 37 journalists received awards under news and current affairs, best radio program, radio drama, best radio sound technology and broadcasting and Swarna Sankhatana awards categories. The ceremony was organized by the Ministry of Buddhisasana, Religious and Cultural Affairs, the Department of Cultural Affairs and the State Advisory Council of the Radio of the Arts Council of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation was able to clinch most awards at the ceremony. And with that, we conclude tonight news. Do just tomorrow at the very same time. Stay safe. Good night.
Have a pleasant night.